Alright guys, last video for today, we got a pretty crazy day so far with the patch notes, but tomorrow we still have the, what do you call it, the Epic Strike Tower, the one-step Epic Strike, that's coming tomorrow. It got leaked earlier this week, so it's a level 30 Ornithomimus and a level 30 Velociraptor. I'm just gonna read the stats to you real fast. So, Ornithomimus, at level 30 has 3,280 HP and 1,457 damage, while Velociraptor at level 30 has 2,362 HP and 1,603 damage. So assuming it goes Ornithomimus first, a lot of the times AI would like to just run on turn 2, so we're gonna try that, devise strategy around that and see how that goes. So the strats we're gonna use is 2 Orlicos and a Segod. And what I mean by 2 Orlicos obviously is Orlic Gen 1 and Gen 2. They could be at, both level 11 and that should be fine. And Segod at level 16 should be okay as well. And here is how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna have start with the Epic Orlic, and if it's gonna start with Monomimus, you first turn you use minimal speed up strike. So you speed up, and next turn you outspeed it and hit and run. So you're gonna get 1 hit on it, and then you just run, and then you're gonna run into Stegod. So make sure to select Stegodius right after you select Orlico Gen 1 in the Dino selection screen. And then Stegod's gonna come out, it's gonna take a hit from the impact and run, and then Velociraptor is out. And once Velociraptor is out, you hit it, it's gonna pounce you, probably, most likely. And then you just hit it with maybe a Thago, and then after that you could, or actually no, not Thago, Superiority Strike, and then hit it with a armor-piercing Rampage, and then your Stegod is probably dead. After that, you put out Orlico again. Has to be the Gen 2 Orlico. So you speed up and Rampage, hit the Velociraptor, and actually no, speed up should probably kill the Velociraptor. And then when Ornitho comes in, you could just Rampage on turn 1. It's going to Evasive Strike, kill your Orlico. After that, you could swap in a Velociraptor and just straight out pounce the Ornithomimus, and it should be dead. So that's one way of beating it. And if you don't have Stegodius, I mean, I guess there could be other ways around it. If you don't have Stegodius, you could also try using Alanka. So when Velociraptor comes in, it's about to pounce you, you could swap in Alanka, take that pounce, and then go for the shield. So it's going to hit you with Strike, and then you could shield. And then you could use Rampage. Don't use Superiority Strikes. Use Rampage first. Rampage, Superiority Strike, then Rampage. That's going to, guarantee the max amount of damage output for you. And obviously, if you have Ankylosaurus, you could use that as well. And that's going to do a lot of damage to Velociraptor. And then you could come in with Ornitho or not Ornitho, Orlic Gen 2 and speed up. And then Velociraptor should be dead. But obviously, you should have your Alanka die on a pounce. So, and that should be what's happened if you're gonna come in long invincibility, and if you go with a move order, Rampage, Superiority, or long invincibility, Rampage, Superiority, Rampage, the Raptor should kill you with a pounce. So then when you swap in Orlico, you could use a speed up on that. And then, it's just gonna hit you with a normal hit, and then you could Rampage Ornitho. And yeah, you could do that. So that's also a way of beating it. Obviously, Ankylo works a bit better. And, if you really don't have any other choice, you could always Indominus, Cloak, and Rampage. Hopefully it doesn't, hit you through Cloak and, take out one of them. Probably Velociraptor, since Ornitho still dodges, so Ornitho is going to be the difficult one here. But if you do have some decent leveled Ehrlichs, it shouldn't be too much a problem. It doesn't one-hit any of the Ehrlichs as long as you're level 10 or above. So they could take a hit, they could speed up and rampage. That always does some damage. Hopefully the speed up hits, that's going to help a bit too. If it doesn't really matter too much as long as your rampage hits. So yeah, that's a few tips on beating this one. Hopefully I'll wake up early enough tomorrow so I could go out and do the strike event, and hopefully I'll get something good, and you guys get something good as well. This is a very difficult strike event, so if you lose, don't be too upset. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. So hopefully it all goes well tomorrow, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.